Starscream, you must be very proud. Hey guys, what's up? BC coming back at you guys with another Transformers video review, and the first brand new figure basically in a long while for me. And since all these new generations comic 2-pack figures have started to hit, I figured I will start these reviews off with the Transformers Generations IDW Deluxe Class Megatron. Now, I will not lie, a lot of the comics I have not read, especially Revenge of the Decepticons, which supposedly this form comes from that. Now, at first, I thought it was rather odd that he was a stealth bomber. I didn't understand it at first until I found out it was a comic design, which I was like, well, what the hell, what's the point to it? I may as well not get the figure because I've never read the comics. Well, lo and behold, we get Spotlight comics for these figures. So it's like, oh hey, okay, I can live with that. And then I read his comic and oh dear God is all I have to say to that. So yeah, basically here he is in his stealth bomber mode, and I apologize for the bad lighting. I'm just getting back in from Tennessee, and I'm still trying to get my setup nice and working again, because it's been a really long time. But yeah, anyways, Megatron, stealth bomber, very, very, very awesome stealth bomber mode. It looks phenomenal. I love this. I love the way this looks in vehicle mode. The only problem I have with it, ultimately, is his size. Because I mean, that is as far as his jet mode goes, that's a big ass plane. Because I mean, like, a lot of the deluxe jets are not as like. A lot of the deluxe jets are usually longer than him, but I've never seen a deluxe jet as wide as him. This is a very impressive size of a jet. I really like this. And just the dark color scheme, just, ooh man, I could gush on this for hours. It really is just an amazing looking figure. In hand. At first I wasn't really gonna get this Megatron because I'd rather have the classics one and all that other junk. Having this in hand, get it. That's all I have to say. Get it if you can. Now, of course, one of the issues that I had with it coming right out of the box was when I transformed him into stealth bomber mode and put these wings on. Which wing? I believe it was this one that would not clip in I couldn't get this to clip in to save my life. So, if someone could please chime in and let me know if that was the same case on theirs, I would feel a little safer about it. But I managed to loosen it a little bit to where it will tab in better. So there's no problem there. And I guess the only other real issue I have with this is when you look underneath there, there's Peekaboo Megatron, which that's okay. I can really get over that, because if you look, because I do not display anything in vehicle mode, so yeah. Anyways, getting into the transformation, what you gotta do is you gotta pop these off. And this is cool because you flip out the handle, or the connection for the cannon. You plug it together, and then you grab it up here, and when you pull back, the cannon extends, and there's his fusion cannon. And you can't really see it all that well, but as you can clearly see right in this section, it is translucent purple, and I love the way this fusion cannon looks. It looks so badass. But enough gushing on that. Let's get into the actual transformation and to transform this guy is actually rather ingenious. I really don't have anything that is a stealth bomber jet. So this is my first time playing with one, and it's a really nice transformation. You unpeg these pieces from here. You lift. You take this panel and you lift it off, and it'll just rotate up like that. Now you will bring his arms down by the shoulders, rotate them, and flip out his hand. Do the same thing on the other side, like that. Now this is where things get rather interesting, because what you're gonna do is you're gonna take his leg, and you're gonna yank on it, then rotate it down by his hip. Bend the knee and straighten out the leg, which will then move his knee pad into place. Fold out his feet, and naturally I would have said I wish the legs weren't so hollow. They thought ahead and made this a movable piece to fill in that leg. Very ingenious. That is very, very smart of Hasbro. That is... Okay, now I'm just stumbling on words and I should just get on with it. Do the same thing on the other side. It's kind of a pain to get all this working. There we go, there we go. See, get his legs to where they're nice and flush. And there we go. And you can already tell that it wants to collapse on you. Do you have to oh no. You take the waist and you bring it down like this. Then you come back to the front and you move, egg this, you rotate it back, and then you bring this whole piece down like this. Yes, and it should just fold down and peg into place. Well, okay. Anyways, you angle these up. There's this little tab-in port right here. Got this peg right here. You can't really see it, but there's a peg right about there that will slot in right there. Do the same thing on the other side, which should give you the room you need to fold down this, to fold the cockpit down and peg it into his chest, or his waist, rather, and then back him up, rotate the camera up, pop on his fusion cannon, and without further ado, there is Megatron in robot mode, and wow, just wow. This robot mode is seriously awesome. Now, again, before I go into a full gush, I'm going to get my one complaint with him out of the way. My one complaint with him, again, is his size. For how awesome this robot mode is, it should have been a Voyager. I'm gonna say that right now. For how much I really like this deluxe figure, this is a deluxe figure that should have been a Voyager. Now, alright, I know a lot of people will agree with me on that, but that's not to drop on this figure. If his size bothers you, don't get him. Otherwise, you got a really, really nice figure here. Now, anyways, as far as articulation, he has a very, very tight ball joint within his neck, and it's really, really tough to turn his head. Yeah, he's got a joint here in the shoulder, which that's useless. He's got a ball joint within the shoulder. He has a bicep swivel, bends at the elbow, no waist articulation, a ball joint within the hip, the rotation down here at the knee, bends at the knee, and no foot articulation. And that's about it. Now here is where my issue with his size really comes in, because here is, from my little intro, which that intro was a bit of a spoiler for anyone who doesn't have this figure and therefore didn't read the comic. Here is FOC Starscream, and as you can see, just at the top of the head, Starscream is barely taller than Megatron, and that doesn't do it for me. So therefore, he needs to be a Voyager. Just saying. Now, anyways, again, while I wish he was a Voyager, I'm happy I got this. For the money I paid, I'm glad I got him. I mean, it's a nice figure. I don't know what else to say. It's a really, really nice figure. As far as whether or not I'm picking up Dreadwing, I highly doubt it. Because I mean, yeah, I like this figure a lot, but I like it as Megatron. Whether or not I'm gonna like it as Dreadwing, I don't know. But anyways, yeah. With that said, that is Transformers Generations IDW 2-pack comic series. Let me try that again. So with this said, I keep screwing this up. I'm sorry, people. That is Transformers Generations Deluxe Class IDW Megatron. And this is BC saying stay nerdy and get your geek on. I'll catch you guys next time.